I don't know. I think about my aging, and also I think about, or I kind of wonder what the other same group of people are doing. My age group doing today. And I found this CD collections of I don't know, the 1990s-ish. I got to know this Japanese artist, singer-songwriter called Shinji Tanimura. And the reason why I found him, I was in the US working as an engineer, and I have a fellow worker from Taiwan. He frequently went back to Taiwan and come back and so forth. And he used to tell me this singer called Shinji Tanimura. And I didn't know anything about him at the time, because I left before he became famous in Japan. And since I left Japan, late 70s and 80s, the internet is not that vogue there, and the only way to get the news is from the paper newspaper, which is very, very difficult to get when you are in that kind of a era. So I was pitch dark about what's going on in Japan at that time. So I didn't know Shinji Tanimura, but he was telling me, he was surprised that I didn't know Shinji Tanimura. And so I kind of tried to investigate. So after a while, I went back to Japan and I got the CDs and everything, and I started to listen to him. He is, I think, he was born December 1948. I was born July 1948, at the same age. So this is an intellectual who started with the rock group called Alice. From that group, like three people there. One more singers, Horiuchi Takao Horiuchi, became also very, very famous singer after dismantling this group, Alice. And Shinji Tanimura is, I think, had a beautiful voice when he's singing, almost like a classical style of singing. Beautiful voice, and also he write songs, lots of songs about being independent and being alone, and but try to live hard life, and getting old also. His song is mostly it's about that. It's a message, the songs to the people who are pretty much like the same old age, I think. But when he created song, for example, like Subaru is the Prius, right? Prius is the in the sky you have this group of stars. It's called Subaru in Japanese. The Subaru become a symbol for the this automotive company in Japan, in the Subaru car. But anyways, I know this their logo is like a stars, clusters depiction there. And so anyway, his song called Subaru is a very beautiful song, and I think when middle-aged man in Japan doing karaoke, I think this song is a number one pick. So what what I hear, because it's a sentiment of this, going along in the dark and a very, very difficult life, but you keep your hope and your outlook. When you have a dream, you have this outlook to go your dream. You try to going toward this your dream. This could be like a success in business, or maybe living in the city in Tokyo alone, and or maybe you're going toward the space to see this particular Subaru, or whatever. The mixture of those feelings is in there, and that's a great song. That I really love that song. But he has a lot of other songs depicting the beautiful Japanese sentiment, I would say, like traveling along after breaking the love relationship. It's very, very common for young girl to go traveling alone in Kyoto or someplace like that, without any anybody to accompany you with. So those songs, and I noticed the something like I would be a bridge for you to go to the dream there, and so I will help you, or whatever the message song like that, like a bridge over troubled water by Solomon Garfunkel, type of songs too, and or something like you have this memory of the sun you're carrying on your back, and the warmth going through this shoulder, and but son went to the war and died before him, and so he was looking at the this sea, which is very, very dark blue there, and the snow was falling, and so he sang about this particular son who died young in the war, and but also he had this memory of carrying him when he was a baby or whatever, and so that's very, very poignant song there. And so I discovered this particular CDs recorded, copied from the the original, I would say, and so I'm glad that I kept that particular thing. Otherwise, I couldn't enjoy that particular CDs. But anyway, lots of good songs there, and I realized he's the one I kind of look up to, not only because he's same age, but also he represents this Japanese intellectual people. Most of the Japanese people are intellectual, as you know, because of the culture. I think they have a tremendous education emphasis, and so most of the people very a broad mind, intellectual, who are very much affected by the Western culture, American culture, European culture, Chinese culture, all over. As a matter of fact, Shinji Tanimura is very, very popular in Asia. China, for example, he goes there quite often to do concerts. And anyway, so I think, yeah, I would associate this whole bunch of the Japanese intellectual with this Shinji Tanimura's songs, and I really miss that. I really liked the feeling that they are carrying over. I think some of the people are, knows, aware that life is tough, life is difficult, but going through with this hope and I don't know, dreams, and realizing that you're aging, realizing that you're gonna die soon, but still you are encouraging yourself to be, living, or to be enjoying the life you have. And so that particular sentiment is it's very nice to experience. I don't listen to the Japanese music that much because most of the Japanese people as well that you are exposed to the Western culture and American music and the French music and Italian, Spanish music, and not so much have singers that you like in Japan. I think that one of the reasons is because the Japanese songs, which is enka, is after a while they lost popularity because of the enka represents more or less like an old style, very sad. I don't know. It's like people don't like the kind of old style songs, and but today, you have a handful of people who are still liking that kind of a song. That I kind of sometimes the YouTube I listen to them once in a while. And it's good. It's good quality songs, but it's nothing that I can sympathize with the other group who is more Western culture influenced singer-songwriter, for example. Their songs are pretty much, the sentiment is pretty much the same all over the world, I would say. And I like that. It's not like a happy song at all, more or less like a self-reflective, remembering the old times, remembering the dreams, all these things. It's not it's not a sad song. It's not just a tearful, but it's a tearful sentiment, and everything is there. But come back with the very strong feeling of that. Life goes on, and regardless, when you get older, you realize at the old age. But you kind of like that kind of old age, being alone and living and dying, you especially alone you live. Um, although it's very, very difficult, you go into the wilderness with the snow, for example, and your legs are not moving as well, but you still walk. And I think that's the sentiment that the Shinji Tanimura's songs, some of the songs are depicting. And so, yeah, I realized that here in Colorado, I think the March 27th, you think that it's spring, but snow fell like this, and the temperature is about 20s. It's difficult, it's tough, but then at the same time I realized that I'm walking, and walking in this cold weather, looking at the snow. So yeah, I'm glad that I discovered the fun of winter walking. Yeah, it is something, some beauties in there. I would say like a stark beauty, black and white,